Welcome back. It is Thanksgiving. Yep, happy Thanksgiving. And downtown OKC looking A-OK. There's a few folks out and about. Walmart's not open though this morning, right, Lacey?
Walmart is not, but there are some. Crest is open.
Crest is open all day long.
If you need that butter that you forgot to get.
Yeah. Literally this morning I thought, is Walmart open? I checked before I left at like 3 in the morning and it's like, nope, it's closed.
They sent out like 3 different emails letting people know. Yeah. Robin didn't get any of those emails apparently.
I was eating that chocolate pie. My husband literally last night, I said, what do we have for dessert? And he said, oh, we've got apple and peach. And I said, no chocolate pie. And he's like, chocolate pie? And then he comes back from the store and he's like, I got you chocolate pie. All right, yeah. Hey, we're going to share what we're grateful for throughout the morning. We're glad you're with us here on this Thanksgiving. We have a lot of headlines to get to at 5:30.
Let's jump right in. Unfortunately, on a very down note, Oklahoma City police investigating a deadly shooting that happened right off the Broadway extension. This was the scene 10:45 yesterday morning. Police say they were called to a report of gunshots at a home off Hefner. Officers say when they got there, they found one person deceased and they detained another person. No names have been released.
Another person rushed to the hospital in critical condition after this bad crash on the northwest side. It was a motorcyclist involved. This is what played out last night about 10 near Northwest 19th and Meridian. The driver who hit the motorcyclist stayed on the scene, is cooperating with police. No names have been released.
All right, we have Jed Castles in this morning. Let's check in with him. Jed, it's cold out there, but really today should shape up to be pretty nice.
Yeah, today and tomorrow actually will be very pleasant. You know, for November standards, to have some 50s for highs, some sunshine, light winds, hey, that's about the best you can do typically. So enjoy the quiet. That's where we are right now. We are watching 2 storms ahead. The first one expected to bring some light rain, maybe a little thunder, especially in eastern Oklahoma, and some drizzle. That'll move out. Then storm number 2, that comes our way on Monday. That might bring a little winter mix or some snow to the state. We'll detail that. The Arctic air is on track, and those brutal wind chills are coming our way. Nothing like that yet so far this season. It's not extreme as far as we've seen, as far as the worst ever, but it's going to be a shock to the system nonetheless, as warm as we've been. A little bit of light wind now from our Chickasha cam right now. It's 30 degrees there with light winds, so prepare for a cold morning. As you see, most spots are in the 20s or 30s waking up this morning. Cold to start the day, but we're rebounding nicely. 50s on the way. So grab a sweatshirt or a jacket, even a little coat on the way this morning. Afternoon temps look pretty good with some sunshine and some light winds on the way. So forecast for your Thanksgiving starting near 35. We'll rebound those temps back up in the 50s. We'll close in on 55 by 3 o'clock today. Watching big changes. Again, rain and some snow heading down the road. We'll detail that. It's coming up.
We are learning new details about the suspect who shot and killed 2 people on a metro crime spree over the weekend before he was shot and killed by police. We dug into court records and found that the suspect, Deontay Hawthorne, was actually found not guilty in a murder trial back in 2015. He was charged at the time in the shooting death of a 16-year-old. Well, now from over the weekend, police say Hawthorne shot 2 people Saturday, one in Moore, one in northeast Oklahoma City. Both of those people died. They say he also carjacked several people, and one of those victims died from a medical episode as a result. So 3 lives lost. Hawthorne was killed by police in a standoff.
5:35, several families are suing Hugo Public Schools. This is in far southeast Oklahoma. These families are alleging child abuse by a school teacher. The families of 5 students filed the lawsuit claiming special ed teacher Yolanda Dunbar was caught on camera slapping, choking, and dragging students around for several months last school year. The lawsuit says the school district failed to protect these children. Ms. Dunbar was fired and charged with 2 counts of child abuse. She will be back in court on January the 6th.
Now to an update. The Oklahoma Corporation Commission says salt water from a disposal well contaminated a creek in Caddo County near Eakley, killing cattle and wildlife. State regulators found the water surfaced through the well from a previously unidentified well. Cleanup crews are now removing the salt water and will plug both wells, with the state covering the work after the company said it couldn't afford to do it. Officials say they will check back in March to make sure the company finishes the cleanup.
Well, friends of an Oklahoma college basketball player are heartbroken after he died from a head injury in a basketball game. Ethan Dietz played for Connor State College in Warner, Oklahoma. That's in eastern Oklahoma. He actually hit his head. He and another player were just kind of going up for a rebound during a game in Texas on Saturday, but that head injury led him going to the hospital, and he passed away.
I don't want people to look at his loss as, oh, I'm mad that he's gone. I'm disappointed I couldn't do anything. But I definitely want them to look at it as all the people that Dietz brought closer, all the people that Dietz had a huge impact on.
Just hearing from so many of his teammates and friends there at the college, he was definitely an inspiration to be around. In a statement, the head basketball coach and the president of Connor State College said that he was a hard worker, a great teammate. There will be a candlelight vigil on the Warner campus next Monday.
Just
Our
a
thoughts.
Tragedy.
Yes.
How does that happen?
Too young, and we've seen some of the video, and it looks like just kind of what happens in every basketball game. A couple of guys going up for a rebound, but he did grab his head immediately after.
Oh, we are just praying for the Dietz family this morning. Your time now, 5:37. A new Oklahoma state law is cracking down on serial shoplifting with some tougher penalties. Law enforcement says shoplifting has really turned into a multi-million-dollar industry. And before this new law took effect, thieves would only get a ticket and then they'd go right back to stealing.
They'll go out and steal whatever's on that shopping list. They'll get a flat fee, and then that ringleader will post it on social media and sell it.
Well, now it's called organized retail theft. It's a separate crime, and repeat offenders could be charged and face harsher punishments from now on. If you are heading out to properly shop tomorrow and not shoplift for Black Friday, police have a few reminders to keep you safe. Police say, first off, thieves actually walk through parking lots, pulling on door handles, looking for unlocked cars. So step one, be sure to lock your vehicle. Also, don't leave gifts, purses, backpacks, or any type of package or bag in plain sight. Thieves want to know what's inside of it, and they'll go after it. Police also say be aware of your surroundings when you go into and when you leave stores for Black Friday.
You got to keep those reminders every year.
Yes, just be aware.
All right. Hey, we are aware of what is on the line in Norman this Saturday. Yep, a lot for the Sooners in Norman. Okay, so this is probably the last game of the year at Owen Field for the regular season. But I tell you what, if OSU beats LSU on Saturday, they could actually be hosting a playoff game in mid-December in Norman at Memorial Stadium. OU's only win over LSU was 1949. Take me back. In the last 22 years, LSU has beat the Sooners 3 times. That includes last year's matchup, which ended with an OU loss 37-17. This year is a lot different. LSU isn't as great of a team, but you can never underestimate them. They've changed coaches. They fired their coach. And it's a big test on the line for the Sooners defense.
They tackle well, all right? And so it's one thing to be able to put a guy in place, but you got to get him to the ground. And so they've done a good job of tackling. We just have to be able to create matchups where we win our one-on-ones at times.
It is going to be such a good game. It's Saturday in Norman at 2:30.
I'm telling you, I already am nervous.
I
And
know.
I know one player kind of close on the team, but I'm like, you feel like you're the mom of these kids. Like, okay, let's go
Yeah.
Sooners, right?
Hey, let's check in with our resident OU specialist.
Come on, Jed.
What's your take?
I'm nervous.
Nervous?
Are you?
Yeah, they have, 4-star, 5-star guys coming off the bench. These guys are super athletic. They just haven't been able to put it together. So
What do you think the score is going to
Just
be?
takes one
It's going to
game.
be a low score,
Low?
somewhere in
Okay.
the 20s and teens probably, but OU hasn't won in my lifetime against them.
Yeah.
Go win.
Come
Go-
on
go
for
Cobb.
Jed.
Venables has done a good job.
Yeah.
He's peaking. His performance as a coach has been fantastic, and the defense is still getting better. So we're gonna do. I think we'll do a good
Go
job.
whoop them up, Jed. Come on now.
Hey, speaking of,
For you too, because
I was about to say,
the big
speaking of
changes coming
20s
too.
and teens,
What's that?
I was going to say, speaking of 20s and teens.
Yeah, we're talking the football forecast as well. We're talking that OSU or the OU and OSU forecast. 50s early, but during the game, 40s. Watch the winds. Those winds pick up 20 to 40 during the game. So the passing game, kicking game, both those will be really difficult. And then for OSU, same thing goes, 50s and 40s. A lot of wind there as well. Like Lacey said, talking some cold wind chills right after that. We'll detail that. It's coming up.
All right, it's chilly out there this morning.
We were just talking about the football coach at LSU. I'm sorry.
The football coach at LSU got fired. I was just looking at his buyout.
And what was it?
You wouldn't even believe this. I want to get fired as a result of this. $54 million they will pay him.
What?
Okay.
I'm like, that's almost
Kelly,
better than having the job.
All coaches these days that have been fired have these abnormal.
Jed's like, fire me now.
I'm like, I'll take the firing.
Well,
That's
you know,
hilarious.
As we look back into November, you know, we've had a pretty mild month that hasn't been all that cold. We know we got colder coming, but just setting the stage on this. If you just go back here over the last several weeks, temperatures have actually been pretty warm. Look at the 70s and 80s for long stretches. Those are not typical as we go into November. November, we typically are in the 60s, dropping into the 50s. So you can see these long stretches of warm air. That's been where we've been at, but you've been noticing since that 85 we had here back on the 15th, temperatures have been slowly making their way downward here as we end off the month. We're a bit more close to what is more typical, and we'll keep heading that direction headlong into December as colder air keeps blowing on in, and that'll settle in. The coldest air of the season arrives. We're talking 30s for highs, maybe 20s for several hours for temperatures there going into your Sunday and your Monday. Add the wind chills are a factor. So finally turn the corner into this more winter-like pattern, and it's arriving here coming up this weekend, sticking around into much of next week. Kind of some cold weather setting in. We're 37 waking up here on your Thanksgiving morning. Happy Thanksgiving to one and all. Hopefully your turkeys are browning and your sides are going to be perfect at your destination coming up for today. Light northeast winds, wind chill right now at 34. Cold start this morning. Most spots 20s or 30s. Got some 20s in spots up near Enid, Perry, down toward El Reno, also out west, 25 over toward Eric and Elk City. Right now, you've got a 29 with a wind chill 24 near Eric and Sayre right now. Let's check out the clouds and rain pattern. No rain to speak of for today. Today's weather, it's going to be really nice. Light winds, sunshine. Good travel weather for today. A few clouds coming in on Black Friday. Now the morning will be cold, but cloud cover advances in. With that, a few little dotting showers that will come in late Friday into Friday evening, Friday night, and then those start to scoot off to the east heading on into Saturday. And here comes the cold front. That front coming in is going to have some very strong wind with it blowing on in, and that's going to blow in some cold air Sunday, late Saturday into Sunday. As we go into Sunday, the cold air settles in and trenches its way across Oklahoma. Gusty north winds, maybe a little light snow or flurries in the state on Sunday. Don't expect much in the way of accumulation, but it shows you our seasons are changing as colder air comes in, some snow showing in the panhandle, northwest part of the state, and some of that can be mixed in across central parts of the state. Right now, the amounts look light, and that moves out heading on into early parts of Tuesday. We're watching that forecast on Monday. There may be some higher totals. It's possible. Data's been kind of going back and forth between there being some and maybe it not being that big of a deal. Don't prepare for a whole lot of travel problems, but we'll keep watching that. If any big changes come through the weekend, we'll obviously let you know. 50s for highs today, 30s for lows overnight tonight, and cold weather starting off Black Friday, returning in the 50s coming up tomorrow afternoon. Now, we may see a little light rain come in. This will be in the form of some drizzle or some patchy areas of light rain that comes in late Friday into the evening. That'll settle on in late Friday evening into Friday night before starting to scoot off into eastern parts of Oklahoma, and most of the rain we have on Saturday will be in the eastern part of the state during the afternoon, as I think it's going to be ending early. 30s, 40s, and 50s. These will be afternoon temperatures as that colder air comes in. We may be in the 50s for a while ahead of that cold front, but it's not going to last when that front comes in. It's just going to be gusty and cold. Look at these winds coming in behind that front. The front moves in. It'll be approaching Oklahoma City probably sometime around lunchtime. And the winds, watch those winds really kick in. 45 mile per hour gusts. 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts from the northwest. So for much of the game for OU and parts of the game for OSU, just be prepared. A lot of wind, and with that, a lot of cold as well. So here comes the wind chills by Saturday afternoon and evening. Wind chills dip into the 20s and 30s, and we're not done. Here comes the cold settling on in for Sunday morning. Wind chills down in the teens. So it's going to be frigid waking up Sunday morning, and we stay cold on a Sunday afternoon. May nose up to near 30, but much of the day will be in the 20s. So colder air will entrench across Oklahoma, and that might include a little winter precip too as we go into Sunday. Chance of maybe a dotting flurry or patchy light snow shower. Cold there with some 30s and some 40s on the way. And here's the precip on Monday. Storm system comes out. We have the chance at 60%. That may go down. Just be watching Monday. That'll be the day we'll be watching. And there might be some snow. A little higher totals in northwest Oklahoma are looking possible. Maybe up to 3 inches there, but don't expect a whole lot out of this one the way it looks right now. It'll stay cold in the next week. A lot of 40s showing up. Those morning lows also cold hanging to early December. 20s and 30s on the way.
Well, today being Thanksgiving is the day of giving, and local food pantries are stocked and ready to help their communities.
News 9's Kylie Dedman went back to the Mission Norman to see how they're doing after the longest government shutdown in U.S. history.
When the government shut down, the community stepped up.
Mike Butler, the executive director of the Mission Norman, says after the community saw our coverage of the hard times food pantries faced during the government shutdown, the community came out and donated food to help stock their shelves.
We're not having to purchase these types of foods on the shelves. We are now able to purchase other foods that the community wants, like buying chicken and buying beef and buying things that we can keep our shelves full, that protein, help keep their belly full. So the culmination of it all coming together has been absolutely incredible.
He says they're still getting their normal truckload from the regional food bank, but now they're able to get more elaborate items.
Like meatballs and different things, different foods, milk, cereals, different things. I mean, let's face it, not everybody wants the oats that we put out there.
Butler says they have increased the number of food items families can grab and are now able to load up their shopping carts full of food.
We've learned that as a community, we can do this together. And the community is wonderful. It takes a village. So all the communities, not just us, but there's other community partners. They're coming together and we help each other. And so the beautiful thing is we're preparing for that by stocking up foods and doing other things like that, putting finances aside so that we can buy more food at that time.
Butler says the number of families they are feeding keeps increasing, and the Mission Norman has already fed about 1,600 families this month. Reporting in Norman, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Mission Norman gave out 850 Thanksgiving meals to families this Thanksgiving.
All right, you think anyone's out on the road this morning?
A few people.
All right, let's check and see for you. Here it is, almost 6 a.m.
Survey says.
Well,
I see one.
1, 2, 3,
I see
4,
a couple.
5. Yeah, there they are. There's a few folks. I love the shot, though. It's
We're not the only ones
gorgeous
working.
this morning. Yes, you're right. We're here working, and a lot of folks out and about. Yep, if you're going to Walmart, it's not open this morning. So I don't know if they're running to the store or not. Crest is open, what, all day, right?
All day,
Okay,
yeah. So just check with your local store.
There you go.
I probably forgot something. So.
Yeah.
Hey, today is the Edmond Turkey Trot. 100% of the proceeds will go to Turning Point Ministries. There's our Brianna Brown.
Hi,
Hey,
Brianna.
Brianna. We're going to check in with her here in a moment. She's talking with organizers before that 8 a.m. start time. Back after this.
Well, thankful for our News 9 family, including Lacey Swope and her family. A couple of pictures of Lacey. There's her husband, Tyler, Brookie, and then Troy, and
Also our producer, Savannah, with her boyfriend, Jacob. And then here's a picture of Savannah with her family. We are all just so grateful for our family, our friends, the ones closest to us. You got to be grateful for those relationships.
well, you got to make the memories, and today's the day to do so, Jed.
Yeah, great day today. Enjoy yourselves. Pack, as you say, Robin, pack your patience.
Pack your patience.
And enjoy the day. Don't get too up and running here because we've got ourselves a good-looking day today. Should be nice, cool today. Got some rain and some snow coming our way, too. We'll detail that. It's coming up.
We're back after this. Well, the saga over failed state park restaurants ends up in court. I'm Robin Marsh. Why the state of Oklahoma is now suing the owner of Lookout Kitchen. It's headed to court. We're talking about it coming up. Millions of dollars on the line.
The Oklahoma County DA says no charges will be filed against a White House black market employee in Edmond accused of groping a Metro pastor's wife. The pastor got arrested refusing to leave the store without holding that clerk accountable. I'm Lacie Lowry. Coming up, why prosecutors are dismissing the case.
And our first blast of winter weather for this fall season is soon upon us. It's coming in Saturday. We'll set up shop for and make that Sunday into Monday. That's going to make us below freezing for several hours. We're talking some big changes, maybe a little rain or snow as well. We'll detail that. It is coming up.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
6 o'clock. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I know we got so many people up and getting ready for the family and the friends coming over. I wish I could smell what it smells like in those kitchens out there.
All the memories of Mama's kitchen, huh?
Yeah. The dressing,
I'm telling you, yeah.
mashed potatoes.
What's your favorite thing, those?
The dressing, the mashed potatoes,
the gravy
on both.
Ooh, yeah, it's the sides,
I don't even need the turkey anymore.
Yeah, we could just bypass the turkey, right? We're not bypassing that. Forecaster Jed Castles, we're grateful for you. Mr. Jed, how you doing today?
Good. Got to add a little cranberries in there to make it
yeah.
get a little sweetness to it. Mix it all together and got yourself a big meal there. Let's hopefully everybody has a great day today because we've got some great weather coming up, not just today, but also into Black Friday. Both days near 55 degrees, so some quiet conditions on the way, but we're tracking a cold front, and that front comes in. It's going to blast in on Saturday. Temperatures falling off behind that front, and watch those temperatures really bottom out Sunday into Monday with some wind, meaning wind chills, a big story. So we've got a big change coming headed toward the weekend into early next week. More on that coming up in just a bit. Right now, looking outside, winds are calm. Look good out there this early morning. That's a shot from our Chickasha cam. 30 right now in Chickasha with that light wind starting off this morning. We've got some 30s, a few 20s in spots. Cold morning setting up with those temperatures here this morning. 50s on the way across much of Oklahoma today. 55, a popular number as well. So if you're getting out and about here for Thanksgiving Day, we're talking some 30s to start it off. Grab a coat. You'll need that for a while this morning. But 55 this afternoon with that lots of sunshine and light south winds. I think you'll like it. Good looking day for your Thanksgiving. More on that forecast coming up.
In our nation's capital, authorities are searching for a motive after those 2 National Guards members were ambushed and shot in broad daylight, blocks away from the White House. It happened yesterday afternoon. We've checked this morning. Both service members are still in critical condition. Meanwhile, a lot unfolding about the suspect. Police say that gunman is a 29-year-old Afghan national. He was shot by another Guard member. The suspect is in critical condition this morning, but one interesting thing here, we are told this man arrived in our country in 2021 through Operation Allies Welcome. That's when the Afghan government fell. That's the same program that brought foiled terrorist Nasir Tahidi to the Oklahoma City metro area. President Donald Trump has ordered 500 additional Guard members to be deployed in our nation's capital.
A Yukon family wants to help create opportunities for children in sports after the sudden death of their 9-year-old son. Bruce Duncan was a 4th grade student at Lakeview Elementary School. His family says he was so loved by everyone who knew him. Last Monday, Bruce suddenly collapsed while playing with his friends. He went 40 minutes without any ventilation. His parents are heartbroken, but find some peace in knowing that he saved lives through organ donation.
He saved 5 lives and 2 people can see because of him.
His family wants to make sure his legacy lives on. They've started a nonprofit foundation called Little Bruce's God Family Football Foundation. It will help pay for sports equipment for children who might not have access to play otherwise. The link to donate is at news9.com. The state of Oklahoma is suing the owners of Lookout Kitchen involving a failed state park partnership.
The state alleges the restaurant breached its contract and was negligent when it closed all 6 state park restaurant locations back in September. News 9's Matt McCabe has the details.
Fallout continues for Oklahoma's Tourism and Recreation Department as the state now chases after the most recent operator of its restaurants in court. This lawsuit, filed on Tuesday, accuses the operators of the Lookout Kitchen of breaching its contract and negligence. There's no mention of prior issues when the tourism department said the restaurant was failing to pay the state. Instead, the state focuses heavily on a fire at its Sequoia State Park location, alleging that one of the restaurant's employees threw away a greasy rag that led to the fire. The lawsuit argues the kitchen operators failed to uphold the contract by failing to maintain a safe working area. It also argues that the operators had a duty of care to manage and operate the Sequoia Lodge restaurant in a safe and workmanlike manner. Oklahoma is seeking nearly $10 million in damages. The owner of the Lookout Kitchen, J.P. Wilson, shot back at the claims in the lawsuit, saying in part, quote, "We strongly disavow the lawsuit filed by OMES and reject the allegations of breach of contract and negligence. These claims do not reflect the facts, the conditions under which the facility was provided to us, or the realities of our operations." Its owners also say fire prevention and suppression issues at a state-owned facility are outside of its scope and responsibility. In Oklahoma City, Matt McCabe, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the state said it has a responsibility to protect tax dollars and state assets, but it cannot comment further on the pending lawsuit.
The Oklahoma County District Attorney says no charges will be filed against an Edmond store employee accused of groping a well-known Metro pastor's wife. Body camera video from earlier this month shows the interaction between Edmond police and the pastor, Derek Scobie, inside White House Black Market. It ended with Scobie leaving in handcuffs because he refused to leave the store, wanting the employee to be held accountable.
Oh, I'm not leaving.
Okay.
The only way I'm leaving, respectfully, you're going to arrest me.
Okay, stand up for me.
The DA's office says evidence in the case did not meet the legal requirement to file criminal charges against the store employee. The DA says it's not questioning the woman's allegations and understands the impact that unwanted touching can have on someone.
6:07 on our Thanksgiving morning. Let's take a look at traffic out. Who's out and about running last-minute errands to the grocery store? Well, there's a few folks out there this morning. This is a live look from our news tracker, Stephen Owsley. He's working hard for us this morning. He's at Southeast 51st and I-35, looking to the south. So on the grocery stores, Crest is open all day. Homeland's open until this afternoon, but Target, Walmart closed for the day. Costco's closed as well. So if you have any last-minute items,
Look it up before you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You're going to be driving around jiggling door handles at stores that aren't open. Hey, it is Thanksgiving, and how about a 5K? To run right before that big Thanksgiving meal, right? That's exactly what so many folks will be doing in downtown Edmond this morning for the Edmond Turkey Trot. Our Brianna Brown is live there. We know things start at 8 a.m. Brianna, we love that one of the races is called the Wobble. I think a lot of us are going to be doing that after the meal. Tell us about this great event happening today, Brianna.
Good morning. Yes, we're here with April Jolly. Now, she's with Turning Point Ministries. That's who's going to be benefited by this event today. And now, April, you told me that there's a big turnout that we're expecting this morning, right?
Yes, we have about 3,500 runners this year.
Wow. Okay, that's a huge number. And so kind of tell us a little bit how this morning will work.
So we are really excited because we have a 1 mile family wobble, and it's really great. We see kids come out here in costumes and pets and strollers, and they get to run through downtown Edmond for a mile. And then at about 8:30 we start our 5K, and we have some serious runners for that. And then we also have just some families that want to come out and do it together. So
that is awesome. I think we're all going to maybe take that option of the family wobble. Now tell us a little bit, this is going to benefit Turning Point Ministries. For those who don't know, what exactly is that organization?
So that's a great question. Turning Point Ministries is a nonprofit locally here in Edmond that builds whole neighborhoods at a time. And we build those neighborhoods for families that need to live in Edmond but can't afford to live in Edmond right now. The median home price right now is $465,000. And so we build homes for our teachers, our first responders, our city workers, our paraprofessionals in the medical community that need to live here but couldn't otherwise afford to.
Wow, so this is a great opportunity to give back. Now, this event exactly, tell me the funding, how does that benefit the organization?
So our board of directors and our great volunteers put this event on, and all of the proceeds come to us. So we just have a few costs that we shell out, and everything else gets to come to us to use towards actual costs of home building. So last year we were able to build 3 homes because of this race.
Wow, so this is a great way, to get a jump start for Thanksgiving and also to give back here. We're going to be here all morning for that 8 a.m. start time. You want to stick with News 9 here in Edmond. Brianna Brown, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
I love it, Brianna. So Brianna's live in Edmond for the Turkey Trot, and Norman also holding a 5K Turkey Trot today, closing down some city streets. So you have several options to get out and run if you want to before the big Thanksgiving meal.
And it's the wobble walk, right?
I love that.
I
Wobble,
can do
baby.
that one for sure. Hey, we want you to check this out tonight because the holidays are here. There are some great ideas for you and your family to enjoy the holidays. holiday season. So we invite you to tune in to News 9 tonight. The holiday happenings, it's at 9 p.m. right here on 9. Fun activities that the entire family can enjoy, so check that out. But earlier in the day, we're talking football, but the big game right here on News 9, yep, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Dallas Cowboys. They'll be at Dallas Stadium. You can watch it again right here on News 9 kickoff for the game. So eat the meal, maybe take a little nap, and then wake up for the game time, Lacey, 3:30.
I don't know if I can wake up after that meal. I might sleep through the football game, and that's going to be a good game.
Oh, Kansas City and Dallas. Dallas always plays on Thanksgiving Day. It's like a big tradition. That's going to be a good game.
It'll be pretty good. Let's check in with Jed Castles. He's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. You watching that game today, Jed?
Like you, if I'm not sleeping, I'll be having it on. I'll be hearing the background. Somebody will change the channel. I'll be okay.
Then you'll be
I was
like,
watching that.
I was watching that.
That's right, exactly. All right, guys, good morning to you. Hey, hopefully everybody gets a lot to eat. Good stuff today. Hey, we're talking some big changes as we look down the road. Let's give you some headlines here. Talking an opportunity for 2 storms coming our way. One comes Saturday, next one on Monday. One brings rain. Next one may bring a little snow to the state. Also, watch that Arctic air as well. That blows in on Saturday. That'll set up some Arctic air and some big wind chills. We'll detail that. It's coming up.
all right, welcome back. Mr. Jed, what are you grateful for today?
Family, obviously. Love my Jesus and family, and those are the 2 biggest, best things.
How many
in my life.
grandbabies you got now?
I got 3.
You got to count.
Maybe more than one.
Uh-oh.
What's your granddad name?
What's that?
What's your granddad name?
Pop.
Pop.
But they haven't got the hang of it yet. They're still too young. But
They'll get there.
around.
All right. Well, Pop, get to that forecast for us.
I'm going to start calling you Pop around here.
Hey, let's check out those conditions.
Pop.
There you go. Hey, let's talk about those temps. Cold out there right now, but we're watching much colder air building up to our north. You can see the jet stream there nosing down into the state, down into the country. And so that cold front that's going to be blowing in is going to pull that air to our north on down. And it's even colder up into Canada as we look at that air. One thing we're seeing here is a big area of real estate of teens, 20s, even some single digits below 0 going on up here. So there's a lot of cold sitting up there. And we're getting the jet stream pattern now starting to bend out of Canada down. So you can see these temperatures here start to nose down. But one thing else that's also interesting is look at the air going across the polar cap right now. Right there at the North Pole, it's coming right over the northern hemisphere out of Siberia straight down. So that's going to add that effect, allow that air to come on down. And so the coldest air of this season is on the way as temperatures drop out of the 50s. Today and tomorrow look pretty good, but big changes come as a cold front arrives on Saturday. Strong winds with that front, and that will blast in some wind chills, some 30s, some 20s, and maybe a little bit of precip as well. On the front side of it, a little bit of rain. On the back side of it, by Monday, there might be a little bit of winter precip. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. Looking out from a Regency cam, nice start here on your Thanksgiving morning. We're talking a nice start with 36, light winds and a wind chill at 31. So cold morning starting off, some 20s in spots, but it's just going to be a cold morning, but winds are light, so wind chill is not a big factor right now. High pressure in play, that's going to give us a dry day today. Sunny, light winds, really for Thanksgiving. Not bad. Pretty decent day here coming up for today as the high pressure starts to drift on off. As that drifts out, here comes the cold front. That'll start blowing in. You can see it just up to our north. That holds off tomorrow. Clouds advance in out ahead of that. Maybe a few showers coming in. Those move across central into eastern parts of Oklahoma, some showers, maybe a stray thunderstorm with that. But here comes the cold front on Saturday, nosing into northwest parts of Oklahoma. That will blast on through and the strong north winds take over. So if you're going to the OU or even the OSU game, by later in the games, it's going to get windy and it's going to start turning colder. So that colder air rushes in. Make sure you have the thicker layers ready to go or the thicker coat, gloves and stocking cap because the air is going to be cold heading into late in the day on Saturday. Sunday, cold enough, maybe a little bit of snow in the state, showing a few little dots of some snow or some flurries, kind of patchy, moving in on Sunday. No travel problems with that. As we go into Monday, though, the second storm system moves across. That'll come on in, and that might produce some snow in the state. You can see kind of an area from Kansas back into the northwest part of the state. Maybe some light snow totals out of that. Elsewhere, not a big promise for amounts of snow, maybe even a little sleet, maybe a little bit of freezing rain mixed in as well. That will scoot on out. Skies begin to clear on Tuesday as things start to dry back out. Here's your temperatures today. Got some 50s on the way. Cool, but pleasant for your Thanksgiving day. Waking up tomorrow morning, going to go do some shopping. It's going to be cold. Prepare for those temperatures in the 30s across Oklahoma. 50s return into tomorrow. Normal high is 56, right about on schedule for Black Friday. And a few light showers come on in late Friday into Friday night. Chances go up 60% for a while, mainly some light rain for central Oklahoma, a few showers, maybe a stray storm in eastern parts of Oklahoma, and that will come to an end early on Saturday afternoon. 40s and 50s for highs on Saturday. Then here comes the cold. Temperatures dropping off. Wind chills by late day in the 30s. North winds take over. 20s up to the north. You think, that's not that bad. Let's check out Saturday night, because by Sunday morning it really sets in. We're talking wind chills down in the teens. That cold air just hangs around on into Sunday and again on Monday with not a big warm up. Teens and 20s for wind chills much of the day on Sunday, with our temperatures running in the 30s and the 40s. Then we get up to Monday. This is not locked in, so don't look at this and go, this is a locked in forecast, but we're watching chances of some rain, some maybe winter mix, and some snow. Data previously showed more of a snow pattern. The most recent one doesn't show us getting much at all, so we'll have to watch that. If we do get some snow, got the heavier totals in the northwest part of the state, so we'll be tracking that. Again, don't jump for joy quite yet on the snowfall, but it will be turning cold. That looks to be definite. Again, cold into your Friday morning, but then cold into Saturday as that cold front comes in. Wind chills, big story coming up Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
10 years ago, a Norman man was diagnosed with a deadly brain tumor. It was actually the day before Thanksgiving.
The odds of him surviving were very low, but it's been a decade and he is still beating those odds. News 9's Deanne Stein has his story.
Mike Schuster considers himself a walking miracle and says it took an experimental drug and a lot of prayers to reach this incredible milestone.
More grape.
The holiday lights twinkle at the Schuster's home as they prepare to welcome family for Thanksgiving, a celebration Mike never thought he'd live to see 10 years ago.
Every morning when I wake up, I say, thank you, God.
In 2015, doctors discovered a brain tumor the size of a kiwi.
They acted pretty bleak about it because the kind of cancer I have, you usually don't last a year.
After several surgeries failed to stop the cancer, Mike turned to a new drug developed at the Oklahoma Medical Research Foundation called OKN-007.
Really, Mike's been a pioneer in treatment and in survivorship.
Dr. James Batiste at OU Health believes the experimental drug likely helped by getting more chemotherapy to the tumor and boosting the effects of his other treatments.
For Mike to have lived 10 years and hit that mark, it's really, I think it was an accomplishment and just an amazing blessing to see how well he's done.
And still hitting milestones, attending his son's graduations, weddings, and now enjoying his grandchildren.
I'm just so grateful I got to see, I would have missed so much. So this chain of events has been very fortunate for me, and all the puzzle pieces have been fitting together, and grateful and blessed. I made it. It's been fantastic.
Now, while he is cancer-free, Mike continues to get checkups 4 times a year to make sure the cancer has not returned. In Oklahoma City, Deanne Stein for Oklahoma's Own.
Doctors say thanks to research, clinical trials, and patients like Mike over the past decade, survival of these brain tumors has actually improved.
All right, it is time to get a traffic report. We do have an incident on I-40. It looks like out kind of on the east side of the metro. This is I-40 and Scott Street. In fact, our photographer, Stephen Owsley, just arrived on the scene. It looks like there's an ambulance that just showed up. This white utility truck looks like has crashed into a fence there. It's hard to tell exactly what lanes there are. In fact, Stephen just arrived. One person
eastbound? That's what the map looks like.
Okay, yeah. And one person walked to the ambulance and was loaded inside is what we're hearing from our crew there. But if Stephen can even hear us and just pan out a little bit, zoom out so we can just kind of see the proximity to I-40 there. This is kind of out in the, thanks, Stephen, we appreciate it. Yeah, it's right kind of close to the Tinker Diagonal. Lacey, you got anything else on that?
Yeah, it's basically right at the Tinker Diagonal, and Scott Street is really close to Sunny Lane, kind of just to give you a reference. So eastbound I-40, just west of Sunny Lane, and we're trying to get more details, but the fact that the ambulance was there gave us some pause, so we're trying to figure out exactly how bad anyone was injured.
Couldn't tell what that truck, there's a logo on the front of that truck. We couldn't figure out if that was someone, I don't even know. Stephen, can you zoom in? He can hear us. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of utility truck that was. And so there it was, possibly, well, it's banged up, that's for sure. An emergency, AAA.
That's what I thought. I said,
Lacey, you had a good eye on that. Yeah. So I wonder if they were helping someone that had been stuck and then ended up in a crash themselves. So we'll continue watching this out I-40 on the east side of the metro. Keep it here on News 9 on your Thanksgiving morning. Welcome back. A little bit of a commotion out on the east side of the metro, right on I-40. This is off Scott Street, which is kind of near Sunny Lane. AAA wrecker gets into a wreck, and it doesn't look like it's impeding any of the drive this morning, but a AAA wrecker there in need of a tow. So at this point, just a heads up if you are on the east side of the metro, eastbound lanes there on I-40. All right, keep it here. Back with more right after this.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6:30 on Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving. We're just panning around trying to find that beautiful, oh my gosh, daybreak right here. 6:32, a live look on the Lucky Star Skycam network. We are just about to see the sunrise coming up here in just a moment, and we are just thankful that you're watching us this morning. Your family, our family, everything.
We're excited about that camera on the top of OCCC on the south side of the metro. Looking back to the start of the day, and I can't believe Thanksgiving is here, Lacey.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm starting to get messages from our viewers,
Yes.
so I think they're up and at 'em in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They might not be watching, but they're listening, and they're cooking all those good Thanksgiving sides.
I just heard from my buddy Bruce Reinhardt. He's saying, hey, happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, Bruce.
Bruce, thanks for watching this morning. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Man, let's get over to Jed Castles. He's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Jed, we're glad that you're with us this morning.
Thank you, guys. Welcome to be with you all, and that was me changing the camera. Sorry.
You tried to hose me, but it's okay.
I was trying to get, yeah.
I was like, we're going to look at the
It's all about me. Let's talk about this. Hey, got some great sunrise shots out there on your Thanksgiving morning. Know a lot of folks are over their hot kitchen right now getting the turkey ready to go, but got some great shots there. Sky cams are looking fantastic here out the door this morning. Let's talk about a big change coming. 43 hours being below freezing. We haven't seen that this season. That's a possibility here starting Sunday about 5 o'clock all the way through Tuesday early afternoon. Big batch of colds coming in. Arriving Saturday, really setting up shop Sunday into Monday. So just get ready to go. Cold air is on the way. Maybe a little precip too. We'll talk about that here in more detail coming up. From our Chickasha cam, quiet start, light winds, meaning it's a cold start this morning, but the wind's not causing too big of a wind chill. Right now we're sitting at 30 with light winds in Chickasha, 36 in OKC, mainly 30s, although a few little dotting 20s around. Prepare for a cold morning if you're trying to get out here early this morning. Afternoon temps look good. We're talking some 50s on the way with that, lots of bright sunshine, light winds. I think you'll like your Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving looks great with our high near 55. You'll even like Black Friday, but after that, things get a little topsy-turvy. We'll detail that. It's coming up.
Now to an update on a contamination leak in Eakly. The Oklahoma Corporation Commission says salt water from a disposal well contaminated a creek there in Eakly. Is this the right story right here? Sorry about this. Okay, let me rephrase this. Okay, we are learning new details about the suspect who shot and killed 2 people on a metro crime spree before he was shot and killed by police. Court records show this man, Deontay Hawthorne, was found not guilty in a murder trial back in 2015. He was charged at that time in the shooting death of a 16-year-old. Fast forward to this past weekend, police say Hawthorne shot 2 people on Saturday, one in Moore, the other in northeast Oklahoma City. They also say he carjacked several people, and one of those victims died from a medical episode. So 3 lives lost. Hawthorne was killed by police in a standoff.
Well, several families are suing the Hugo Public School District in southeast Oklahoma. These families are alleging child abuse by a district teacher. The families of 5 students filed the suit claiming the special ed teacher, seen here, Yolanda Dunbar, was caught on camera slapping, choking, and dragging students around for several months last school year. The lawsuit says the school district failed to protect those students. Dunbar was fired. She's been charged with 2 counts of child abuse. She will be back in court on January the 6th.
Okay, now to that story out of Eakley. The Oklahoma Corporation Commission says salt water from a disposal well contaminated a creek in Caddo County, killing cattle and wildlife, and now the cleanup is underway. State regulators found the water surfaced through the well from a previously unidentified well. So 2 different wells in question. Cleanup crews are now removing the salt water that's contaminated and will plug up both wells. The state is covering the work, we have found out, after the company said it couldn't afford to. Officials say they will check back in March to make sure the company finishes this contamination cleanup. Your time now, 6:36. We are watching your traffic if you're out and about this morning for Thanksgiving. There's not too many cars out there, but we did unfortunately find this crash on I-40 in the eastbound lanes. This is at Scott Street, which is kind of west of Sunny Lane. And the crash itself involves a tow truck. The tow truck has the logo 918 trucker. It's a AAA emergency services trucker, tow truck, we should say. So you can see that it has finished right there, ended up against a fence. We also saw some other damage involving a concrete median. So if you're traveling eastbound, there's the damage right there. Traffic is kind of slow going while they try to get this thing cleared out of the way. But there's a lot of damage right there, Robin.
Oh, yeah, even in the middle of the road. I just saw that. You're exactly right, Lacey. So we're not sure. We believe one person walked to the ambulance, got in the ambulance, and then was taken to the hospital. So not sure if any other cars were involved, but now we're seeing some of the backup there. Again, this is the eastbound lanes on I-40.
There you go. We're going to stay there at the scene until it clears and try to get some more details for you. Other headlines now. A new Oklahoma state law is cracking down on serial shoplifting with some enhanced penalties. Law enforcement says shoplifting has really turned into a multi-million-dollar industry. And before this new law took effect, thieves would basically get a slap on the wrist, a ticket, and then go right back to stealing.
They'll go out and steal whatever's on that shopping list. They'll get a flat fee, and then that ringleader will post it on social media and sell it.
Well, now organized retail theft is a separate crime, and repeat offenders could be charged and face harsher punishments. If you are headed out to shop tomorrow legally for Black Friday, police have some good reminders for you. Unfortunately, police say thieves are walking through parking lots, jiggling door handles, looking for unlocked cars. So step 1 is just make sure to lock your car. Also, do not leave anything out in plain sight that might tempt a thief, like backpacks, bags, purses, any type of package. They might want to get in your car and look at it. Police also say be aware of your surroundings at all times when you go into and come out of stores.
All right. OU is 1 win away from clinching a November to remember. If the Sooners win in Norman tomorrow, it's the last regular season game on Owen Field. But guess what? If we win tomorrow, we're hosting a playoff in December. It's an exciting and a lot on the line. OU's only win, though, over LSU was way back, 1949. And in the last 22 years, the Tigers have beaten the Sooners 3 times. That includes last year's matchup. Can we forget about that one? OU lost 37-17. This year's different, though. LSU isn't the powerhouse that they normally are. They've had a coaching change. OU is going to have to bring some good defense. Here's what LSU's coach had to say.
They tackle well, all right? And so it's one thing to be able to put a guy in place, but you got to get him to the ground. And so they've done a good job of tackling. We just have to be able to create matchups where we win our one-on-ones at times.
Oh, so excited. So kickoff Saturday afternoon, 2:30.
2:30.
A lot on the line.
That's going to be a good game because both teams can bring it. There's a lot on the line, a lot for OU. If LSU can disrupt, they're going to want to do that. So it's going to be some good football.
And after that loss to Texas, to think that we are where we are right now, possibly going to the playoffs, and Texas is where blah, blah, blah. Who cares, right?
Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, Jen, it's like, okay, Texas, it seemed like after they beat OU, we're like, oh, no, here we go.
LSU, although they're having the problems this year, they've got so much talent.
Yes.
All they have to do is just put it together for one game,
Yeah.
and they can beat probably anybody in the SEC. So they've got OU better be paying attention.
Better bring it.
LSU is coming to town, and they are going to bring it, and they're going to give us
Let's go.
their best shot. Hey, let's talk about some football weather here because a big cold front blasts in as we head into Saturday. So for OU, pack that thicker gear. Make sure you're ready to go for a cold afternoon. Temperatures dropping in the 40s with a lot of wind. Winds could gust up over 40 miles per hour. That'll impact the passing and the kicking game, not just at OU, but also OSU, which starts at 11 o'clock. Cold for both games. Colder air is the story on that 9-day. We'll talk about that. Rain, snow, your full forecast is coming up.
Hey, just a heads up, if you are heading out on this Thanksgiving Day, we do have a little snag out kind of on the east side of the metro, I should say, I-40 near Scott Street. That Sunny Lane traffic in the eastbound lanes a little slow. That is a tow truck that got into a wreck. What we're hearing from our crew on the scene, the police are saying the driver went through the walls from the westbound lanes, crossed over to the eastbound lanes.
Goodness.
The driver has been taken to the hospital, but is expected to be okay. So just slow going as they clean that. That's kind of, I guess, where he crossed
That's the damage
over
where he crossed across
median.
the concrete median from west to eastbound lanes. So pretty wild crash right there. Hopefully he's okay and they clear things up pretty soon.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what happened, but we'll continue watching that for you.
All right. Also chilly this morning, and you are watching that sunrise.
Yeah, beautiful sunrise starting you off on your Thanksgiving morning. I think we all can be thankful for that. So let's show you some of our sky cams right now. It's a beautiful morning starting off with
nice.
lots of bright sun. Lots of sunshine is on the way today. So your Thanksgiving Thursday really looks great coming up here for today. As we check out that lower center shot, that's our Regency cam. We'll show you the full view of that right now as it looks great this morning on Lynx 2. Shows those beautiful rays of sunshine and great conditions here on the way today. So there you go. You can see our live shot right now from Regency Cam. We're starting to see on that automobile alley now, they start to line up those businesses with those full views of lights. So seeing a few of those right now. So it's a beautiful start here, waking up on your Thursday. Great conditions getting you started off this morning with that. A quiet start this morning. We're 36 right now. Light winds from the northeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. That is enough to put the wind chill down to 31, so grab a coat. You'll need that for a while here for today. Let's get kind of a running start because we've got a big change coming. Much of November, really abnormally warm with those daytime highs, mainly in the 70s. Some 70s, even 80s for a while. We got it up to near record levels. That 85 was a record on the 15th. But after that point, our temperatures have been slowly teetering downward. You see the temperatures dropping off. Had a colder 52 there on the 22nd, and then we're kind of holding steady in the low 60s here the last several days. But the next 9 days, as we enter December, which is going to be on Monday, temperatures really take a free fall. We'll be dropping into 30s, maybe 20s for highs coming in here, headed into the first part of next week, which will be the beginning of December, and even into next week, those temperatures do look colder as daytime highs struggle to get out of the 40s much of next week. So we've got colder air on the way, a lot more on that here in just a little bit. Let's get you out the door this morning. If you are heading out, we are watching some 30s and some 20s starting off. A little bit of a chill starting off this morning, but with light winds, it's not too far off from the air temperatures. Your Thursday, Thanksgiving Thursday, does look great today. Talking light southeast winds, high pressure on the way, quiet conditions today. Your Black Friday morning is going to be cold, so you want to dress with layers on that. But daytime temperatures warm back up. Cloud cover also advances in, and we'll see some showers come in. It looks like the better opportunity for rain will shift into eastern parts of Oklahoma. We'll have a little periodic chance, a little bracketed chance of some rain coming in late Thursday into early on Saturday. But I think much of Saturday now dries back out. as our next cold front arrives. This is a look at 6 a.m. By 6 p.m., that front is through the state, and we've got north winds 20 to 40 miles per hour. This is opening the door to a much colder pattern that'll begin late Saturday afternoon. On Sunday, the cold air is in place, enough so there might be some patches of light snow in the state by Sunday morning. Going into Sunday afternoon, looks dry, and then we'll track our next storm. Here it comes, rolling across Oklahoma on Monday. Not locked in how this is going to play out. I think the better chance of snow look to be in northwest Oklahoma. The rest of the state, more of an intermittent chance for some light winter precip. Right now, not a whole lot of travel problems. If we were to have any, they'd be in the northwest part of the state. But again, it's early. We'll continue to watch the data and keep you up to date with that as that system moves across late Sunday into Monday. 50s for highs coming up for today. It's going to be cold tonight, so 30s waking up on Black Friday. Black Friday is going to be we'll call it a chilly start to the day and a cool afternoon as temperatures rebound back up into the 50s, but rain chances possible. Slight chances coming up late Friday into early evening hours, and then going into Friday night, showers move in, especially through eastern parts of the state, and that'll scoot on out as that cold front arrives going into Saturday afternoon. That'll be ending early in the afternoon. Saturday looks to be cold. This will be daytime temperatures here in the afternoon, falling some 30s, 40s, and 50s with a gusty north wind, and that'll set up some cold wind chills. The wind chills will be down in the 30s by late day. Late afternoon, 20s and 30s setting in, and then watch the wind chills really set in going into Sunday morning, down around 15 degrees for wind chills waking up on Sunday morning. We don't warm up much on to Sundays. That cold air sticks around. Sundays can be cold, and again, that winter precip possible on Monday. Maybe some light snow. The heaviest totals will be up in northwest Oklahoma, so we'll be monitoring that. 50s for highs today and tomorrow, then turning colder on Saturday. 30s, struggling to get above freezing Sunday into Monday.
Well, today is Thanksgiving, and local food pantries are ready to help their communities.
News 9's Kylie Dedman goes to the Mission Norman to see how they're doing.
When the government shut down, the community stepped up.
Mike Butler, the executive director of the Mission Norman, says after the community saw our coverage of the hard times food pantries faced during the government shutdown, the community came out and donated food to help stock their shelves.
We're not having to purchase these types of foods on the shelves. We are now able to purchase other foods that the community wants, like buying chicken and buying beef and buying things that we can keep our shelves full, protein, help keep their belly full. So the culmination of it all coming together has been absolutely incredible.
He says they're still getting their normal truckload from the regional food bank, but now they're able to get more elaborate items.
Like meatballs and different things, different foods, milk, cereals, different things. I mean, let's face it, not everybody wants the oats that we put out there.
Butler says they have increased the number of food items families can grab and are now able to load up their shopping carts full of food.
We've learned that as a community, we can do this together. And the community is wonderful. It takes a village. So all the communities, not just us, but there's other community partners. They're coming together and we help each other. And so the beautiful thing is we're preparing for that by stocking up foods and doing other things like that, putting finances aside so that we can buy more food at that time.
Butler says the number of families they are feeding keeps increasing, and the Mission Norman has already fed about 1,600 families this month. Reporting in Norman, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, coming up on your Thanksgiving Thursday, today is the Edmond Turkey Trot. You are looking live at Hurd and Broadway, pretty close right there. That is where they are set up. 100% of the proceeds from the race will go to Turning Point Ministries. Coming up, our Brianna Brown is out there. We'll check in with her before that big 8 a.m. start. Back after this.
Hey, on Thanksgiving, we are grateful for so much. This is our producer, Sydney, and CJ, her little baby boy. And Lacey, here's your gang.
Okay. Oh, man. Go ahead, Robin.
These are my three stepdaughters I'm grateful for, and my guys as well. We're all grateful for so much. Maybe they'll loop back through.
Okay, here's Sydney, our producer, Cameron, and CJ.
Yes.
Okay, then it's my family with my hubby, JD, Evan, and Nathan. Love those guys. And then Robin, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, my three stepdaughters, and Mindy Celeste and Kristen. and my guy, Big Daddy Keith, and there's Cade, my son, and so much to be grateful for.
We're just celebrating family.
Make a great Santa Claus. Has he tried that yet?
He's got the beard going on.
Machoist.
I took a picture the other day, and they were like, "Robin, you look nice, but the beard is rocking it better than you." And I was
He has a strong beard game. Oh my gosh! And you're grateful for your family.
Oh, you bet, you bet. And I got my son down in Peru, so there's a lot to be thankful for, right? Yeah. Well, hopefully everybody's enjoying their Thanksgiving, getting their turkeys ready to go. Turning colder this weekend. We talk a lot more about that as it approaches.
Happy Thanksgiving from our family to yours. Make it a great one.
And blessings to you all.